Hello everyone, I hope you guys are doing really well. I wanted to start painting this peacock piece that I created through my Sajda retreat yesterday, and every day I want to do a little bit and share it with you all, and maybe share a little bit of ideas of how I move through my pieces. And if you'd like to learn how to draw this piece, you are most welcome to purchase the recording of the session and learn how to come to this place and how we unfolded these two beautiful peacocks, the male and the female, with the infinity symbol at the back and the pot, and the symbolism of how it all comes together. And this is a piece that talks about being human and how the two peacocks symbolize the balance of the masculine and the feminine energy within us, and how we are meant to look at them as something, not one or the other, but actually they are both equally important in making us who we are today. So as I go through the journey of coloring it, I will keep sharing my insights that come through my downloads. And to begin with, I've got my watercolor pencil. I don't know if you guys can see it, but this is the one I'm using. It's Copper Beach 61, and it's from my watercolor collection. I've had this for like, oh god, 20 years, maybe something like that, like a long time. It was from the period I was living in Australia, so you can see that they've been very loved. So yeah, these are the pencils that I recommend, and this is like a little special trick that I do in my pieces and how I work with them to remove the grid. So I'll show you what that really means. But what I'm going to do is I'm using a very sharp one. Let me get my sharpener. So it's close by. So yeah, all I'm doing is I'm using this brown colored pencil. I'm not gonna press it in too far. It's very light. I just am going to go over the shape like so. This is just so that I can get the outline of my bird. And you'll see me changing the shape because this is the phase where we can still, excuse me, add and subtract from the piece. I've used a pencil before, and now I'm going to use this watercolor pencil. This is literally, this won't show later on in the piece. It's just so that I can get the line for when I erase my grid. I don't lose the pattern. I always say this, that use your hands very fluidly, don't be very rigid, and it totally depends how you hold your pencil also. At times, like, people go with this sort of movement, and that's good too, but for me it's always worked at just slant. I like to move my hand more fluidly, if that's even a word. But so yeah, that's the female peacock, and I always feel like the females have been quite neglected and not really appreciated for their beautiful simple body, because they're so simple. And if you notice, like, the symbolism also comes in the balance of the size. One's really small in the body, but the tail is massive, whereas the female peacock is actually bigger in size. That's what it is. Done that part. I do like this spot, so I'm gonna see if I can do that. also feeling like I'd like to add some kind of leaves to it. Let me get my pencil. Don't know if you guys could see it or not, but this was an infinity sign that we created. Let me just mark it in case I decide to one of the sides of the line is actually quite the whole fun of creating an artwork is not being rigid with it, like letting it just go, sort of just flow. Not be too hard on yourself as to what it's going to become. Rather enjoy the journey of what it is becoming. And the slower you go, the more the piece speaks to you. And peacocks are always known to be like, kind of in a beautiful environment. So I am going to add some leaves. I'm getting some William Morris kind of leaves. Let me see if I can bring my book and show it to you guys. This is one of my favorite books of all times, and see how the leaf sort of comes here. It's got the nice flowiness to it. William Morris had his designs were always, there was a very beautiful balance in things. If there was something more intricate, then he would always have a flattish sort of thing to kind of balance it out. His work is, I'm highly inspired by the way he creates his pieces, and I'm liking this movement. So let me see if I can bring that in my piece. I'll keep this book here for visual reference, but of course it's not going to be exactly like his thing, but it's always nice to have. So the whole concept of this piece was to bring in, let me see if I can put it on the piece. Block the view, but oh well, I'm gonna put it here. And I want it to go downwards. And first I think I'm gonna just bring the form out. So I'm gonna go like outwards. I did like that part actually coming off this way. So I'm going to see if I can do it somewhere there. Then I think this one doesn't make much sense. I'm going to move that from there too. Maybe this way would be better. Okay. Yeah, that's better. There. That looks pretty. I'm happy. There. It's beautiful. Looks makes me happy. It's so important to not have a rigid idea of what you're going to be making, because then you let whatever it is that wants to unfold just sort of come through. So pretty. Leaves always have a way of making me smile. I spent a lot of time in the William Morris Gallery. Just walking around and absorbing his work is one of my favorite since college days. Oof, I'm so in love. So in love with the way this leaf is coming to life. It's so gorgeous, look at that. So yeah. And as you can see, sort of, there's a little line there. So you know how this part sort of just took a turn outwards, coming out from the infinity symbol, and then I think the next leaf that comes through will sort of follow the form just to keep the shape of the piece. So I'm thinking if I goes could go like from here, coming down. That way. There. So something here in this, so kind of have the form of what you think it will go in, and then go back in. Just saw that this wasn't making me happy, so I'm going to, I love this overlapping happening here. So it'll be interesting to paint this in. But yeah, that's how it's sort of coming through right now. I'm going to start the next one. So if you notice, I'm actually not following the form here. I've kind of have that as my indication that that's where I want the leaf to go, but it's not end all. I never have this is how I want it to look kind of a understanding with my pieces, because I'll be honest, I never know where it's gonna take a different turn and how far the piece will survive in my hand. So I think that looks good. Movement is really important for me though, and I like not like stagnant sort of. I'm looking at this part, and then I'm looking at how he's got this leaf shape, and then he's cut it into portions. Let's see if I can do that. So that's the leaf shape, and then I'm gonna cut it and see how that works. I'd like it to sort of come downwards. There we go. Nothing in life is like stagnant or fixed, right? So then when we create our pieces, the one thing that we have to remind ourselves constantly is, like, just because we think something needs to be a certain way doesn't mean it will be, right? So be always flexible and open to how things sort of just come. I just want to keep that form coming from this side, so I'm gonna keep moving my hand to give me a nice curve. It's not giving me that, you know, like that satisfaction, this form. So I need to keep at it till I feel like it's feeling like, oh, yep, I'm there, kind of thing. So it's not giving me that, yep, and now I'm ready or something, but it's not. So I'm going to keep at it. I love this phase. It's like, this is, it gets you, it's like you break, you make, you make, you break, and it's actually really, really fun to keep trying it. So much for me saying that I'm going to go here, but it's actually now wanting to go upwards. So I'm going to not listen to me. I'm just going to let my leaves come however this beautiful form wants to just sort of there we go, like this, kind of like this form. Yeah, that's okay, looks good. And I'm getting the feeling like, because it's a peacock and does have that peacock feeling coming in. Let me just fix this one quickly. There. Always something that just calls you, say, wait, come back, come back. I'm coming. I'm rushing to you. There we are. So that's, I'm thinking, what if we have a little bit, there you go, beautiful. Feels nice. Feels nice. There we go. here. So it goes ching, 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 and then ching, ding. And I like this, you know, in the beginning it was bothering me, but I kind of like this ching, ching thing happening. Who knows, it might actually turn by the end of it, but then I could have just the sort of like the plan was to have the peacock feather. I don't think this line is here. This line is actually here. I'm just going to see if I can bring in the peacock feather impression. I love that sound. I have a book actually, just I saw it in the morning. It had a feather. There it is. See? There we go. You guys can see it or not. There's. Let's see if I can. Sorry, I'm just moving the camera a bit. Right. Okay. So here's the thing. Sort of just is basically eye. There we are. That's one. And they always sort of go in the form, right? So I'm thinking if I have one here and then one following this path, should I give it downwards? Or could be, I'm just getting the feeling maybe this one is gonna go downwards, so this could be one. This kind of looks like a bud, doesn't it? Oh, I'm just wondering if I meant to make it into a bud, or like something that's sort of not. How cool would it be if I could do like a seed, like a rosebud or something? Do you like the bud? Okay, we can work that out. For now, I think it's either that or this, so it doesn't really matter. Just the pencil right now. I'm just gonna see if I can bring the form in for today. There we go. I like it coming a little bit down, so like this is the there we go. That's nice. It's 2 in. I'm thinking I need another 3. I have a feeling I have to do one here, or maybe kind of like at the back, so it's sort of its connection is. Oh, I'm just really liking this as buds, and I could do the thing, and this could be the, who knows? Who knows what it will be, but for now that looks alright. This line, see the top part, this part could also come down as a leaf. So here could be another leaf. There. So it could just be here. There we go, that's done. So that's probably what I'll be sharing today. I hope you guys got a little bit of an idea of what I'm trying to do here. But in case anybody wants to check out this book, this is the book that I'll be using for my inspiration, and these are my pencils. Watercolor Derwent, watercolor quill. Nothing very fancy, guys. I always try to use materials that are good but not like over pricey, so I will share that with you all. Yeah, so this is what it looks like. I think it looks pretty. I'm quite happy with it, and yeah, I'll share my update whenever next I do the piece, so that we can all be together on it. I hope you enjoyed it. Do subscribe to my channel. Do learn tricks and ways on how you can start telling stories through your artwork. This is what I do, and I can't wait to share the journeys with you all. Take care, everyone, and have a beautiful day. See you soon. Bye bye.